if you're a real estate agent and you're struggling to make good, consistent content on social media that's actually going to help your brand, this video is for you. I'm going to show you a little trick that not a lot of people realized you can do or realize the benefits of it, and it's simply reusing posts. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that to get some really great results for my clients. And before we jump into that, though, my name is Jarvis. I run Jarvis Media Consolidated, a marketing company that helps small businesses and mostly real estate agents grow their brand through really impactful strategies that actually help their bottom line. That's not just posting for the sake of posting or focused on the vanity metrics. And just as an example here, our track record last year, we helped 298,000. We acquired 298,000 followers for clients in 2023. Helped our clients reach 5.58 million potential customers and clients in their markets, and also helped them save $275,000 by working with us instead of using an in-house hire for their social media and digital marketing needs. So those are a couple of reasons why it might make sense to listen to what I have to suggest. But this is what's worked in my experience. Obviously, everyone's experience is their own. But here's what I would do if I was a real estate agent looking to make some better social media content more consistently to grow my brand. And this is, again, what I've done with my clients. So guys, really, it's quite simple, but just reposting your best content is something that is so underutilized. It's really funny. I see this, we do this a lot of times with our clients when, we're making content with them, and let's say, we've made a bunch of content and like our next filming date, we film remotely with our clients, or we send a videographer out to our clients. And in both cases, sometimes, because of schedules, we have to go some time without novel, new social media content. And that's actually okay. It's actually a great time for us to reuse some of the best performing content. So literally what I do is I look back and I look for evergreen content that could, make sense to be posted whenever. If somebody's talking about, an interest rate change 1 month, then that doesn't really make sense to post. But generally, a lot of the content that we see the best results with is evergreen for a lot of reasons. And so we look back and we find evergreen content that performed the best, or sometimes content that like underperformed compared to what we think it would. That's a little bit more like if you really know, what works, and if you've been doing digital marketing for a while. In most cases, we're just using the content that's already performed really well and posting it again. And it sounds like that's kind of like copping out, but it really works out well for a couple of reasons. And so, a couple of reasons why I'm going to jump into this, use a couple examples, and then show a couple ways that we do this and how you can do this yourselves. But first of all, not everybody saw it. Not everybody saw your content. And, if we post on social media, we always have this idea. Everyone does this, by the way. We always have this idea that when we post a piece of content, everyone saw it. And that's kind of because, one, by nature, we're self-centered. We think about everything from our perspective. Like, you always think that, like, everyone's looking at you, in a crowded environment when really nobody is. Most people are thinking about themselves, and they're thinking everyone's looking at me and no one's looking at them. The same thing happens on social media. We post something and we think everybody saw it. And the reality is, especially ever since algorithms have gone really far away from having content that was posted, by timeline, basically, by what's the word? It starts with the C. But instead of having a feed that is just based off of what was posted the most recently by anybody that you follow, now we have much more of an algorithmic feed that shows us content that's most likely to have us watch it or engage with it or whatever. So oftentimes, not everybody saw your content the first time around. So that's the reason why posting it is great, because then we already take this effort that we used to make this great content, and we're just going to repost it because not everybody saw it. Also, not everybody needed it at the time. If you're making content that's helping buyers or sellers in their home buying or selling journey, which is the kind of content I recommend real estate agents post and what we do for our clients, then, you might have people who are like, wow, that's really great advice. I will use that when I'm a buyer or seller in 6 months. 6 months comes around, and guess who's had 6 months of life experiences to block their memory and to distract them, and they probably don't remember, or don't remember specifically the best parts of the recommendation that you created in that piece of content. So they might benefit from seeing the post again. And that kind of comes to our next point here, which is that not everybody remembers it. And there's a common trope here. You see, if you really follow, some folks on social media, you'll oftentimes see that they will post the same stuff, or at least they'll re-say the same message oftentimes, maybe even in new pieces of content where they're really saying the same thing, maybe with different examples or different language, but oftentimes the same messages are carried through. And that's oftentimes kind of comes down to what people in the industry will call content pillars. Not going to get into that because it's not really that important, but great example, Dave Ramsey. How many times, if you know Dave Ramsey, has he said beans and rice and beans, to people he's saying that they need to, lower their expenses and that's what they're going to live off of. That's like a common meme for Dave Ramsey because he says it like every single show that he puts out. The dude's been making content for like 20 years. Alex Hormozy, a lot of different things. I mean, you might not be as common with him. He's kind of newer, but like, a good example is he talks about how the work works on you more than it works on yourself, which is hard work makes you, the entrepreneur, better more than even, you think that you are helping, to make your job better or your business better. So essentially hard work makes you a better worker more than it just even gets the job done. Which is how he recommends, entrepreneurs work. And Gary Vee, man, how many times has he talked about volume of content or, many different tropes about, content creation, which is document instead of, whatever his thing is, document instead of like, create. He's got a good saying for it. I totally forgot what it was. But there are a lot of these tropes that these different content creators have that's based off of their brand image. And not only is it good because people need to be reminded these things all the time, but also it's really important because it enforces your brand and it helps people give little nuggets to remember you by, which is going to help you. As a real estate agent, you work in an industry where there's 1,000 other folks in your industry who all sell the exact same service at the exact same price. You need to be able to stand out. And if you stand out, that's called brand. And if you build content that commonly works on these different pillars, these different subjects that are commonly coming up, then that's building your brand. And building your brand and sharing your brand with more and more people is going to help you stand out and get more business. And so, guys, there's a couple different kinds of content. You might be saying, okay, well, what kinds of content should I repost? Well, first and foremost, you should go to Meta Business Suite or, your LinkedIn or whatever, YouTube Analytics, whatever your main platform is. Oftentimes I see Instagram, Facebook being the main platforms for real estate agents. You should go to those platforms and you should look up, okay, my reach. And actually, I'll do that right now for you. Hold on one second. Well, I'll pull that up. I apologize. I didn't have it pulled up already, but we will do that right now. And I got to sign into my Facebook because, of course, I do. I don't even know if I have my phone for my code. Okay. But as we're signing in here, the kind of content that you can do, seasonal, that's really great for real estate, right? Real estate, and I apologize as I'm putting this in here, this code here, but seasonal content is fantastic because guess what comes around every single year, every season, and that changes the real estate market. We always know that like selling kind of drops off after the school year begins, all that kind of stuff. So seasonal content, things to remind people of as the season is approaching or as the season's ending, that might be something really great to focus on, and you can recur these posts. Have these posts kind of post multiple times. I'm going to show you a tool to do that in just a second. Evergreen content. Evergreen content, like I said before, content that makes sense no matter what time. So like, helping people get a better credit score. That's going to help them get a better loan to qualify for a home that they really want. That's going to matter no matter what time that you're posting it. And then jumping into these tools that help, let's first do Meta Business Suite, which I did pull up now. And I'll use an example here from one of my clients. And I'll make it a more relevant. I'll make it, of course, a real estate client as an example here. But as I switch over, if I go here, you can see like a quick example of one of my clients here. If you go to Meta Business Suite, business.facebook.com, you're probably going to see like this is like your homepage, right? Stuff. You're probably going to see this is your homepage, right? If you go to if you go to Insights on the left here, this is going to show you a bunch of different content, a bunch of different results and a bunch of different things. You can toggle Facebook or Instagram here. But if you go to content down here, and then you say like, oh, well, let me look at like the past year. And then you go and you cycle by reach. Now you're going to cycle by the content that actually got in front of the most people, which, that's really how, you're going to see the content that's resonating the most, because these algorithms show content to people that they're interested in. So you can judge based off of your reach how many people are interested in your content. So I just saw here a bunch of these posts from January or March or April, many months ago, that I could reuse because, wow, look how well it did when I posted it before. Chances are, if it resonated with 21,000 people last time, it will resonate with 21,000 people this time. And so that's just kind of a good example of, how you can really quickly find some content that's working well for you, just using Facebook as an example. But then I also want to show you a couple different tools. So you may be familiar with Hootsuite or Buffer or any one of the different social media management tools. I will do a shameless plug. There's a link down below for Jarvis Media Manager. Which is down below. It is kind of in a beta phase. This is a program that I'm building out that really is going to be focused on small businesses and real estate agents especially, to help them create content. If you want to try it out for free for 14 days, click link down below, or you can use your own platform. I'm just going to show you, using Jarvis Media Manager as an example here, what this kind of looks like. So if you're in Jarvis Media Manager, you're going to have a page that looks like this under your marketing tab. So you have all your, your different posts and all. I have all these dummy test accounts that I'm trying out things with. But if you sign up for this and you try it out, you hook everything up, then you go to create a new post. Here's a really cool thing you can do. Hit create new post. Go pick your page. So let's say you want to do this for Instagram. You can pick multiple pages. Let's say I want LinkedIn as well, and X, and Instagram, and YouTube. I can choose all of those. I'll keep it simple right now and just do Instagram. Let's say I want to post. I'm just going to post a random image, this image for instance. And let's say I want to post that every single year at a certain time. Just, imagine this is a video, because you can do this with video too. Imagine this is a video of, you saying, hey, let's say it's the beginning of the year. Here's what you need to, be conscientious of. It's the winter season. Here's what the market is like. And then use evergreen content, and you can repost it. So then right here where it says post, you could just post it to your Instagram, write some copy, whatever. Or you can go down here and schedule recurring posts. So if you schedule a recurring post, let's say you want to do this every year from now until many years from now, let's say September 2018, or sorry, 2028. Whoops. Boom. Hit confirm. And then you can make your post time and all that good stuff, and you can schedule this post to go out every year or every month or whatever might be interesting, that might make the most sense for you. So you can really mess around with this, make some great content, and then just come back over here and repost it multiple times in the year and have it be a recurring post every single time it comes up. What I would really highly recommend with this strategy, as we're kind of concluding this video right now, is I would go ahead and pick the tool that I'm looking for. That's not the tool that I want. Where's the tool that I want? There we go. Okay. All right. So here's the really quick down and dirty strategy that I would recommend. Oh my gosh. If I can get this to work. Strategy that I would recommend for this, right? Make a bunch of video content. Video content works super well. You have to get out of your shell. You can take multiple attempts, but just make some content based off of the common questions that you find your clients ask you, okay? So common questions, again, it's not a good day for me in technology, folks. Common questions, and then make a bunch of videos. Let's say just make 12 videos, okay? And try to make them evergreen too. So we'll make that evergreen as well, okay? Post those in a month. See how well they do. Pick the top 6 or, 4 or 2 even. You can pick whatever you want. But pick the top couple of posts and then schedule that for the following month. If it's evergreen. It needs to be evergreen, obviously, for this to work. But then schedule that for the following month. If you want to try out Jarvis Social Manager, you can schedule this recurring every month. You don't have to even just do it once every single month. You could just schedule it to post once a month, every single month on the first of that month. How many times can I say month in one sentence? And then, you can schedule that multiple times and then see how well that does. And what's really cool is as time goes on, you can keep posting videos. Let's say every single month you post 12 videos, 12 new videos, right? And then at the end of the month, you say, okay, cool. Let's go to Facebook Business Suite, or Meta Business Suite. Let's go and see which videos performed the best. Let's say I'm going to take the top third of those. Let's say, so 4 videos, right? 4 videos, which are the top videos, right? And then I can make those recurring and post every single month. And then as that goes on, every single month I'm posting 4 videos that I know are the best. But then every single month I'm posting 12 new videos. And then I can take those top ones and then schedule those as recurring. And then as long as this stuff is evergreen, guys, what ends up happening is that you start to have a bunch of great content on your social media pages, and you're constantly improving and you're recurring these posts. And what's really cool is you can see the recurring posts as part of the 12 videos that you're posting that month. And then when they start to drop off, if let's say the audience is no longer interested, then you can take those out of the equation and have something new going in there. And this way you're constantly filtering in content that is working the best, and you're testing it out, and you're getting the best bang for your buck because you're getting multiple posts out of this one video that you're creating instead of just posting it once and then never doing it again. So guys, hope this was helpful. Leave a comment down below if you'd like me to cover another topic, and I'll see you on the next video.